An Austin judge will hear from more witnesses today in the case of Austin police officer Christopher Taylor.
What we could expect from today's hearing and when he could get a sentence. Plus, the president of South Korea declaring martial law today, the latest from lawmakers as they vote to overturn that.
And we are starting to see a few isolated showers out there. I'll tell you where we've seen the most rainfall and how much more we could receive throughout the week. That's coming up in your First Warning Weather.
In-depth, investigative. This is KXAN News at Noon.
Defense attorneys for Austin police officer Christopher Taylor call their final witnesses today. That trial picking back up in just about an hour. Thanks so much for joining us this hour. I'm Avery Travis.
And I'm Will Dupree. Last month, the jury convicted Taylor of deadly conduct in the 2019 shooting death of Maurice Da Silva. Police responded to 911 calls about Da Silva walking around his downtown condo complex with a knife to his throat. Taylor's attorneys had argued that he acted in accordance with his training and in defense of himself and others, while prosecutors say Da Silva had a profound mental health episode and police did not have to shoot him.
After the defense wraps its case, both sides will present closing arguments for the sentencing portion. Taylor faces probation to up to 10 years in prison. Our reporter Brianna Hollis will be in that courtroom when those proceedings resume. That should be around 1:15 this afternoon. You can also get a lot of the background on this case. Just look for this story on KXAN.com. We've been following some developing news for you. There's turmoil today in South Korea after the president there declared emergency martial law. Now lawmakers have voted to overturn his declaration.
We want to show you a live look from South Korea right now, where it's only about 3 in the morning, but you can see lots of activity there in the capital of Seoul. The president is accusing the country's opposition of controlling the parliament, sympathizing with North Korea, and paralyzing the government with anti-state activities. He made that announcement in a late televised briefing, vowing to, quote, eradicate pro-North Korean forces and protect the constitutional democratic order. It was not immediately clear at that time how this step would affect the country's governance and democracy. The move, though, drew immediate opposition from politicians, including the leader of his own conservative party, who called that decision wrong and vowed to stop it with the people.
The opposition party leader called the announcement illegal and unconstitutional, so lots of pushback, as Will said, on both sides. Now, the president's conservative People Power Party had really been deadlocked with the liberal opposition Democratic Party over next year's budget bill.
That opposition had also been attempting to pass some motions to impeach 3 top prosecutors. The Democratic Party called an emergency meeting of its lawmakers today, where they voted to overturn that martial law declaration.
First Warning Weather.
This afternoon, as we enter your noon lunch hour, we are looking live outside in downtown Austin, south and to the west there with the clouds moving in. We're tracking those clouds right now with meteorologist Freddie Vela. And Freddie, I'm seeing some green pop up there on the radar, which is a nice sight to see right now.
This is something we love watching, is those showers coming in. Unfortunately, not all of it making its way to the ground. Let's go and take a look right now at satellite and radar. Where are we seeing the most amount of potential rainfall? So we're looking out towards Gillespie County, moving into Llano County and Mason County, up 87. And there's a few pockets of showers there. And whatever's on the outer bands of that, not actually reaching the ground, but enough drizzle out there to at least to get the soil just a tad wet. We look out towards the Metro too, up 35. You're noticing just a couple of showers there. And then out towards Bastrop and LaGrange, we're getting the better chance of seeing some rainfall within those regions. Here's a live look out of Round Rock right now through the Whittlesey Landscape Supplies camera, and some clouds rolling through there. Wind's not as strong today, around 5 to 10 miles per hour. You may see winds pick up just a tad as the day goes on, but I don't expect to see too much actually picking up as far as winds are concerned. And something that is starting to move on that upward trend is temperatures. 61 in Georgetown right now, 62 in Cameron, 64 in Rockdale, with everyone else looking at about 57 or below. 57 in Austin, 57 in Dripping Springs, 56 down down in Blanco. So what are we watching today? Well, all those showers that are coming through, we're going to get more of them. I'll tell you when those should be arriving. We're also going to be talking about a late week cold front that's expected to swing through, and then a second cold front that's on the way. Both of those helping out our temperatures. All this and so much more coming up in your First Warning Weather.
Freddie, thank you. A new study shows African-American students are lagging behind other students here in Texas.
That study from the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board is a part of a new law that outlawed the use of diversity, equity, and inclusion offices at public colleges and universities in Texas. It looked at several metrics to gauge student success from 2022 and 2023. Notably, that's before this law took effect. Those included examining grade point averages and graduation rates. Critics of this law say that these findings prove more resources are needed on campuses.
We have to make an effort to build connection and community and give first-generation students and students of color and students from Black communities places where they can access resources that are for them.
Now, State Senator Brandon Creighton authored the law banning DEI, and he says he disagrees. He says he believes this data is proof that DEI caused poor performance.
We saw that across the state of Texas, the diversity, equity, and inclusion offices were taking us backwards.
The state agency will keep looking at the impacts of the law, and it says it'll release reports every 2 years.
Going in depth now, several corporations are rolling back their DEI initiatives amid mounting pressure from conservatives. Those include Ford, Harley-Davidson, Lowe's, and Tractor Supply. However, Walmart, which employs nearly 2 million people, is the largest to do so. It said it will curb racial equity training for employees, stop giving priority treatment to suppliers based on race or gender, no longer sell some LGBTQ-themed items online that are marketed to children, and end funding for its Racial Equity Center. The retail giant added these efforts to its company's policy after the police killing of George Floyd back in 2020.
The president's pardon of his son this week is drawing scrutiny from both sides of the aisle.
Washington correspondent Maddie Beertemple has the latest reactions from Capitol Hill.
The sweeping pardon of Hunter Biden is getting backlash from both Republicans and Democrats after President Biden said he would not do this.
He simply went back on his word.
Texas Republican Senator John Cornyn, one of many Republicans calling out President Biden for pardoning his son.
This is blatant corruption and an abuse of the office.
If it was my son, I'd pardon him too. But here's what I didn't like. Don't lie to us.
Hunter Biden was set to be sentenced later this month over gun and tax convictions. Then the president issued a pardon Sunday after saying he wouldn't.
And I will not pardon him.
The reversal has led to criticism from his own party, Colorado Democratic Congressman Jason Crow calling it a mistake on X, and Senator Michael Bennet writing, President Biden's decision put personal interest ahead of duty and further erodes Americans' faith that the justice system is fair and equal for all.
He wrestled with it. He thought about it.
The White House says the president believes the charges against Hunter were politically motivated.
They targeted him because his last name was Biden.
The pardon covers not just the gun and tax convictions, but any federal offenses Hunter may have committed over the past decade. President Biden has not explained why he changed his mind on this, but in his statement Sunday, he says that he hopes Americans will, quote, understand how a father and a president could come to this decision. In Washington, I'm Maddie Beertemple.
Thanks again for joining us here on KXAN News at noon. We're showing you a live look from Fredericksburg. The clouds are moving in there as well. You might even see some sprinkles falling in your area in around Austin today. So we're going to check in with meteorologist Freddie Vela and Rich Siegel here in just a moment for an update on that and where the temperatures will go for the rest of the week here in just a few moments.
Nonprofits all over the world and right here in Austin, of course, are hoping generosity strikes on this Giving Tuesday.
Yeah, the Tuesday after Thanksgiving has become a day when nonprofits rally to fundraise on the heels of some of the biggest shopping days of the year. KXAN's Mercedes Hernandez is joining us here in studio this afternoon. And Mercedes, you spoke to quite a few people who are very excited this is happening.
Yes, lots of people super excited for this Giving Tuesday. And I feel like the attitude is kind of, if the wallets are open on Black Friday, Cyber Monday, why not? Bring it into Tuesday. But the folks that I mostly spoke with were with I Live Here, I Give Here. You'll know them as the organization that puts on Amplify Austin Day. They say the mission of both days are similar, and that's raising money for good causes. Last year, I Live Here, I Give Here raised just over $250,000 for more than 700 nonprofits in our area. I talked to Piper Steggy Nelson. She's the executive director there, and says the group connects nonprofits and the public, serving as a hub where people can look up causes close to them and donate online all in one place. And while similar, Giving Tuesday and Amplify Austin Day are slightly different. Today, people all over the globe are raising money for nonprofits. But Amplify Austin Day, of course, is more localized, a fundraising effort that focuses here on our area. That usually taking place in March. Now, Steggy Nelson says whether it's today or tomorrow, nonprofits always need the support.
Both with Giving Tuesday and with Amplify Austin Day, we're really using them as a catalyst. It's an opportunity for the community to come together and say, we care, we want to give back, we want to contribute.
And she says they hope to raise even more money than the last year. Again, that number just over $250,000. If you'd like to check out what kind of nonprofits they support or just are out there in general, maybe donate yourself, you can find that in the article already up on KXAN.com. We also have this really cool article that also kind of lists out other things that you can donate, like your time and toys this holiday season as well. So if it's in your heart to give, please do this year. We've got resources for you.
And there are plenty of options and places looking for that help.
Yes, always, always.
Yeah, thank you for highlighting those.
Yeah, of course.
We appreciate it, Mercedes. And I know we were saying we've gotten another gift from Mother Nature, and that's maybe a little bit of rain in some parts of Central Texas.
Just very little right now, but we'll take what we can get and hopefully get more over the next couple of days. Satellite and radar continuing to show some of the green flowing through and giving us just a few showers here and there. Bastrop and LaGrange, the best spots to see some showers this afternoon. Well, now it's after 12, so afternoon. And then another round of showers looking like it's picking up just south of I-10, but that already making its way into the hill country, and we could see a few more showers there. Zoom out a bit more for the rest of the state. It's just this one area of showers: San Antonio, San Angelo, Austin, towards Houston. Everyone else is pretty much dry at this point. Lubbock, Dallas, no rainfall up there. In fact, Dallas much sunnier right now. Current temperatures 57 degrees in Fredericksburg, 58 in Mason, 63 in Llano, 60 degrees in Marble Falls, 57 in Austin, and San Marcos currently sitting at about 62 degrees with temperatures this evening expected to move back into the 50s by 7 p.m. 58 there, and by 9 p.m. around 57. But the chance of rain continuing, this model taking off all those little pockets of showers that aren't making it to the ground. But you'll notice over the overnight hours, around 3:30 in the morning, the chance of seeing a few more showers picking up, and then some heavier showers also possible as we get into tomorrow morning. Around 9:30 in the morning, you could see a few heavier showers, especially out towards eastern county. Wednesday itself won't be a complete washout, but again, isolated showers still possible. And then Thursday into Friday, that's going to be our next best chance of seeing a few more showers out there. So in case you decide to put out the lights for tomorrow morning, around 53 degrees, by the afternoon 61, and by the time we get to the evening hours around 60 degrees, a few showers, but again, it won't be a complete washout. High temperatures going to take a bit of a nosedive from Thursday into Friday, and that's thanks to the next front. We're already below average, which is great news. I'll show you the calendar in the next weather hit here. Our now normal temperatures around 66 degrees, but well below as we get out towards Friday. And that's thanks to another front that is arriving. Now that will actually take our temperatures down into the 50s for Friday, and that's going to be great news. Rain chances continue Friday into Saturday. Look at Friday morning too. 41 in Mason, 41 in Fredericksburg, 39 in Llano, 39 in Lampasas, 43 expected for Austin and Bastrop. Your 7-day forecast keeping us within the 60s ahead of that front. That front comes in. Look at those morning lows. Friday morning, Saturday Saturday morning in the 40s, the same out towards Sunday morning, 48 degrees. We slowly start to warm up as we get out towards Monday, and then another front flies through. We're going to talk about that second front in the next half hour, but here to talk about some cooler weather is Rich.
All right, we're going to get you ready for December. It started on Sunday. We had a high of 70 on Sunday, so we were a little above normal. Normal high starts at 67, drops to 62 for an average of 63.9, and the average lows are 43.4. It's the second coldest month of the calendar year with an average mean temperature of 53.6. Last year, 55.8. It's the 8th wettest month of the season with an average total of 272. Last year, 2.42, but 128 of that fell on Christmas Eve. So what we are expecting from the Climate Prediction Center is for temperatures to be slightly above normal. The darker shades of orange, and then you get out into those red shades, indicates a higher confidence of above normal temperatures, and precipitation expected to be near normal to, in some areas, perhaps a little bit above normal. We would love to get 2.72 inches at least for December to end the year on a high note, because for the 3-month period, September, October, November, as you know, if you were with us yesterday, only 2.64 inches fell through the entire fall season that started September 1st, ended November 30th, and that was more than 7 inches below normal. So hopefully we'll do better this month. Will?
Welcome back, everybody, and thanks for joining us. We've got some more news headlines for you. Elon Musk's Central Texas footprint keeps growing. His brain-computer interface company called Neuralink will expand in the area with more space and some more job openings.
It will be a 112,000 square foot facility on 37 acres in Del Valle. A filing with the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation reveals some of the details. Construction on the nearly $15 billion building started this July. It will include a 3-story building with offices, a machine shop, and manufacturing space.
Neuralink posted several job openings on its website for the Austin area, ranging from engineers to software specialists to manufacturing technicians. And this isn't the first time Musk has expanded into Texas. As you know, he's already put down roots for Tesla, X, and the Boring Company earlier this year. Governor Greg Abbott cited a Bloomberg article saying that Elon Musk is now officially Austin's largest private employer.
The Tesla Gigafactory employs a lot of people in a lot of various roles throughout the manufacturing chain.
We did reach out to the contact for Neuralink listed on the state filings. We have not heard back just yet. According to those documents, though, the project is expected to be completed in May 2025. The Elon Musk footprint goes beyond the Austin area. His Starbase facility, one of the 2 SpaceX headquarters, is located in South Texas in the small town of Boca Chica. That's near South Padre Island. The aerospace company's rocket development and test facility sits outside Waco in McGregor, Texas. And last year, Tesla broke ground on a lithium refinery outside Corpus Christi in Robstown.
Elon Musk lost his bid yesterday to get his $56 billion pay package with Tesla reinstated. A Delaware judge upheld her prior ruling that the 2018 compensation plan was improperly granted. The package was the largest compensation plan in U.S. history for a public company executive. In an X post, Musk called the ruling absolute corruption.
As the population of Texas only keeps growing, the real estate experts at Redfin compared affordability between Austin and Houston. They focused on things like housing market prices, cost of living, job markets, and food and culture scenes. They found Austin's housing market is far more expensive. The median home price here is about $540,000. The average rent for a 1-bedroom apartment is about $1,400. Meanwhile, in Houston, the median home price there is about $350,000, and its average rent is a little under $1,300 a month. However, when it comes to cost of living, Redfin actually found that Austin was cheaper than Houston. Groceries cost about 3% less here. But Houston wins in the food and culture category due to its diverse array of cuisines and its pro sports teams.
Esports are on the rise, with many colleges and universities now offering scholarships. One of them is right here in Central Texas with Concordia University. 30 members are on the team. 40 members, got to get that right, are on the team. The coordinator says the growth of the sport could really mean even bigger scholarships and better facilities in the future.
Right now we have 13 PCs in our facility, and we are looking at hopefully expanding in the summer. That way we could entice more students to come to Concordia.
Concordia University's esports webpage shows players must maintain a 2.0 GPA to play and to also be a full-time student. The University of Texas launched its own esports arena on campus last year. This is inside the Texas Union. The 3,400 square foot interactive space offers wall-to-wall gaming equipment with 43 gaming stations for students. UT says the arena is part of the university's strategy to be a world-class technology hub. St. Edward's University, Texas State University, and Southwestern University also offer esports.
The Moody Center is also set to host a worldwide major esports competition next summer. The prize pool is more than $1 million. For some perspective on the popularity of the sport, the economic impact of this event is expected to be around $40 million, with 50,000 fans likely to attend.